All right, hello mentors. Thank you again for taking the time to work with us. Really appreciate it. So I just wanted to run through quickly, just give you an overview of what we do in-house here. Uh, so very similar to what Project Echo does. We started this last year. We started Don Tank, obviously off the offshoot of Shark Tank, but wanted to keep it in-house and create a local investment scheme where investors from the community can come in, hear students pitch ideas. If it were to work out, great, they can partner with them. If not, we still have this whole collaborative piece in there. So to walk you quickly through the experience in the classroom, we are 100% digital class, so we do have a web page here, mcleodclass.com you can go to. You can learn about myself, you can see our policies for how we grade. We are in a rubric system here. And then if you're a particular class, you can scroll down and students can always find what they're doing on particular dates. Everything's color-coded with a different thing for reasonings, but they can click on links, go to it. But what's really cool is everything is here for you 24/7. So very, excuse me, very collegiate-minded when you think about things. We also do have a Don Tank tab here. So, like for example, last year we had our city council members come and be distinguished judges. So that was a lot of fun. Things changed, and you can see we had different companies last year. Pretty good, some great ideas we're seeing, but what we're really pushing is we're pushing the collaboration piece and the working together to produce something, the whole creative element. We also do have a schedule that we keep on, so each particular day that we do a Don Tank activity, throughout the week, maybe focus. Some weeks we may do it twice a week, some weeks we do it 3 times, some weeks we do it once, just depending on what our order is. But you'll notice each day is color-coded, so we have a different thing. So blue is a bit more collaborative, green is more hands-on, an orange day is where we'll probably FaceTime or we'll call someone, have a talk, just a nice way for them to pair real life with it. So that's our schedule for how things work. So you can always see what we're doing on that. But as I said in the email, we do use Team Drives exclusively. I find it as an easier option for me to tailor what I want them to do outside of just Google Classroom and the typical generic things that we have. So for example, I'll use Luxury Motion Films. They've done a really good job at it. So we keep everything in folders. They'll keep all their files. We have a company roster that they have to make, so that way they're in contact with each other all the time, including Instagram handles, cell phone, you name it, roles, responsibilities, all that. We also have a job list task, and it's the job of the CEO and VP to update this as much as possible. So what we do is when we're working on it to begin with, it starts out as nothing there. Then once we need to change colors, hey, we need to really prioritize it, we'll change it to orange. We'll move it that way. Okay, hey, I really am lagging behind. I got to get on this. When it's red, it means, hey, we gotta do this. We're at the end of the road. And when they switch it to green, it means it has been completed. So each particular role has a task, and they can keep on writing as much as possible. The whole point for them is to show worth for their company and to show what they've been doing, especially when it comes time for grading and assessment purposes. We do have a business plan template that we use, and I use this off of the Small Business Administration's template. I'm finding it to be very easy for them to use in terms of what it prints out, a very nice, beautiful template, so we don't have to spend as much time in that. I've also liked the help in the financial projections section. It's a little easier for us to work through things, and I know it is a lot of stuff, but they're seniors, so we definitely push them hard on that one. But you'll notice here, so you can have access to this, their business plan. This is their rough draft. The yellow is what I created. This was an example from a business plan that was a good one that had worked from the Small Business Administration. So this in the stuff there in the white section is what they have done. Feel free to make comments, anything. They're probably going to ask you questions on it, but this is where they get everything, and I try to go in and write questions or write comments too. Excuse me. But everything is good there. So that's kind of overview of what you would see in a team drive for each company. Now, if I actually go to CEOs, we have a CEO, VP, team drive as well, so only they can access this. They have a bunch of forms in here, so anything they would ever need, a master copy of something, they can go in there and get it. But what we really like is we have reflections. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's our company reflection. I'll step back. Within each company, they do their own internal reflections. So for each day there, they'll write something, a daily brief, and then if they need me to respond, I'll respond in here. But it's using Google Sheets, and they all go in there and do that. One of our big grading requirements that they have to do in that one. But moving forward on this, to show you, excellent. Here is our daily check. So this is where the actual companies will go in and put their information in terms of how you would rate the particular roles for what they did that day. So it's basically their way of internally grading themselves. So you'll see they put a point system here, and they put 3 as high achievement, 0 absent, but 1 could be low to minimal achievement, and it's based on what you did for the day. I'll show you a particularly good one here. This individual is color-coded to help out, so what they want to see is they kind of see a way to metacognitively help themselves change. So we see things went okay to start with, and we see green, things got good, and then for some reason it kind of tailed off here, so what's the reasoning for that? And then it's starting to pick back up, so each day they're going to assess themselves in that sense and do it. The CEO can also put stuff here. And what we really like doing is we track this data on our own program here. So what we're really looking at is how did leadership rate themselves compared to the actual company roles. And we would want to see that the leadership and the company roles are more the same. We probably don't want to see this big gap. We want to see a little closer here in that one. So it's a fun way for them too to see how I need to change and how I need to maybe lead differently, or how I need to help my roles pick up whatever it is. But it's a fun way for us to do that. So a lot of stuff going on there for sure. We also have the master tracker now, so we have our requirements that we have to do for Dawn Tank. So what they'll do is they'll come in and they'll color code where they're at. They'll get a final approval here, and then we go in and we write comments on it. So here, for example, we might have written a comment about the logo that it needs to be done. They can resolve it immediately once it's there, so then it fixes it. But it's a way for us internally to keep track of where we're at everything, and all companies, CEOs are going to have access to this and work together on it, looking at things. So, whew, I know I talked a lot, and I could have talked for 30 minutes on that, but I tried to get through it quickly. But anything you need, just please let me know. But that's kind of the overview of how we operate this. We try to run it like an organization. We try to make sure there's 100% accountability within the teams and the student companies. So we just want to really push them hard on that. They're great companies. You're going to absolutely love your time working with them. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, or you can reach out to the CEOs that you're working with, and they'll be more than happy to get you up to speed on whatever you need. So thanks again, and I hope this has been somewhat helpful. All right, take care. Have a good one.